Capricorn, what's going on? Here's your reading for July 15th to the 31st. If you guys would like to skip the intro and the shuffling, go ahead and see the comment section of this video for a timestamp on how to do so. And also, guys, remember, just as a reminder, this is a general reading, so these messages can either be coming from you or going to you. So apply it to your situation, okay? If you guys would like to book a private reading, go ahead and check the description box for information upon how to obtain one. I have your guys' contemplator cards. I'm going to go ahead and release them to you and give you sort of like I'm going to build a scenario from them as we shuffle for your guys' spreads today for the reading. Let's go ahead and bless the cards and get started. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Capricorn with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant to be. All right. Okay, Capricorn. Father God, please release Capricorn's first base card and clarifiers for it after the base card, please, for July 15th to the 31st. Okay, Capricorn, so based upon your contemplator cards, I want to say that a lot of you, or maybe some of you, few of you, are, oh yeah, let me just remind you that the contemplator cards may corroborate with the messages here, or it may not. I'm just trying to get as many messages as I can out. And if these cards for your guys' spreads pops out and they happened to pop out as well in your contemplator cards, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. Okay, so Capricorn, I kind of feel like maybe a few of you are heartbroken. And I feel like I don't want to put the blame all on you, Capricorn. Like, you're the reason why you're kind of heartbroken. I don't want to say that because it does take two, you know. But at the same time, I kind of feel like either it was you or someone else. The way that things transpired and the way that things happened, or how they went about. Okay, that's too many cards there. Put them back. But just so we can see them. The will, the world, page of swords. It's actually pretty good there. Put them in the center. How things transpired, going back to your contemplators, I feel like the creativity wasn't there, like it wasn't rooted there, or it wasn't a good, solid basis, I want to say. The way that it started. And why I say that is because Temperance popped out after the Ace of Wands in reverse, both following the Three of Swords. And then the Star card popped out. So it's kind of like, I feel like this heartbreak, or this situation that left you, you know, kind of not in the best shape, was kind of like a blessing in disguise. Now, I hate saying that, you know, Capricorn, given that, you know, no one deserves to go through any type of heartbreak. But sometimes we see these things happen, or it's the end result or the end message that comes through. Knight of Wands here. And then sometimes they are blessing in disguises, Capricorn. Like, we see what happens, or we see people's true colors at the end of, you know, the ordeal. And I feel like this is kind of what happened a little bit, okay? Two of Coins. And I kind of feel like this is what happened, Capricorn. Like, this may have happened to you. And the Knight of Swords popped out after that, followed by the Eight of Wands, which popped out twice. So I feel like things have maybe shifted, or the realization that things have happened, or how they happened, came from a lot of communication And I want to say that maybe it was communication with yourself. I'm not sure why. But it did bring some bumps in the road. Like, it brought some moments of, what's going on? Is this the right thing to do? Like, you know, that sort of bump in the road. The moon reverse. And see, when I say blessing in disguise, kind of, like maybe a secret was let out or you found something out. But that's the spread here, but let's go back to the contemplators. And I feel like it may have led you to hold your resources. And it may have led you to kind of just hold on to them and maybe hold on to what you have. But I feel like it was needed. Like, it was the end result, but it was a good thing. And normally, okay, it's way too many cards. So we can keep in mind. Well, I was looking at it from my end, so it was like this. 4 of Cups reversed, 4 of Coins. I was just talking about this card and I said holding the things that you have. 10 of Swords reversed, Justice. So let's keep those in mind. And put them in the center here. So yeah, holding on to what you have, you know. And I feel like, I'm not sure why, but I'm kind of feeling like maybe you needed to do that to maybe show someone that you were serious. And also to kind of bring you out of feeling like you hit rock bottom in a sense, too. Like there was a dualistic view on this. Okay, I'm going to take these two. Like it needed to be done. Like it was kind of like the slide is slick and the wicked in a sense, but it was used in an appropriate manner in like a double entendre kind of way. That's the best way I can kind of describe it. That's what I'm picking up on a little bit. 5 of Swords. King of Wands reversed. Okay, that's interesting with the Knight of Wands here. Okay, this is your first set. Let's work on the second. So yeah, Cap, I kind of feel like that's really what happened in terms of the Contemplator cards. And I feel like it did bring maybe more bumps in the road where like, you know, maybe the second party or maybe this was being done to you where you were kind of like, what's going on here? Like it was a shift of energy. Mother God, can you please release Capricorn's second base card, please, and some clarifies after that for July 15th to the 31st. So I kind of feel like that's kind of what was going on. I'm going to take this one. Okay, the Star card. This came out in your Contemplators as well. So, yeah, like, then I feel like information may have came out from it, and it really hit home. Like, there was some information that either leaked or you found something out by maybe holding your resources or by maybe testing people in terms of like, okay, I'm going to take this one right here because it was only single. 4 of Swords here. This is way too many cards. I would show you them, but there's like a bunch of them here, so put that in the center. One of your cards fell, Cap. 1 second, let me pick it up. Ooh, the King of Swords fell, okay. Or I'm sorry, King of Wands, I apologize. And when he fell, the way that I was looking at it, it was upright. So, but it was in reverse in your guys' first spread. So yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe information came out or you saw someone's true colors, like it was like, sort of like a test in terms of like the double entendre I was speaking of. And it was just, it opened your eyes to a lot of things. Like it was like, wow, I'm kind of picking up this feeling like this person really thought that that would work, or like this person really thought that I wouldn't find that out. Eight of Wands. This popped out twice in your contemplator cards, and you guys saw, I mean, I just did the first spread, and I put that to the side, and now I'm working on the second. So I did shuffle this quite a bit, you know, heretofore. So, yeah, let's keep that in mind. So yeah, I kind of feel like that's what happened. And then I feel like the last card in terms of your contemplators was the Ace of Cups reversed. And before that was the Ace of Swords reversed. That's what I'm saying. Some information maybe came out, or you saw something in terms of maybe deception from other people. I mean, the Ace of Swords reversed can mean a lot of different things, but to me, I take it as like information being withheld, because I mean, Ace meaning the beginning, Swords being communication. I mean, if the beginning line of communication is faulty, or if it's not honesty, I mean, what do you think the end result and the results in between are going to be? I'm going to take this one. Nine of Coins. So, yeah, like that's why I'm looking at it like that in a sense. So the Ace of Cups in reverse, like I feel like it maybe caused you to be a little bit reclusive, or maybe the other person to be a little bit reclusive. I just feel like, usually I would say, like, you know, you're giving your cup away to the wrong person with when the Ace of Cups is in reverse. But Capricorn, I kind of feel like it was like, that was the moment of like, okay, screw you. I'm not offering my cup to you. Like it was taken away, or was taken back, given the Four of Coins, right? Holding your resources, taking it back, like just not giving it. And I mean, you can say your emotions are one of your resources. You know, it's something that is in you. Okay, I'm going to shuffle this one more time here. I'm going to go one more time and see, maybe this is all that, you know, Father God wants to release at this time. I'm going to take this and want it to pop out. Okay, Ace of Wands, reverse. I think this came out, yep, in reverse as well in your contemplators. Okay, there's this here. Let's get some crowning cards. And then we'll start. Almost done here. Father God, what's crowning? Capricorn for the situations of hand and for July. Okay, I'm going to take this. I want to take this too. I just feel right about those two. They wanted to pop out. Way too many cards here. I'm going to take the bottom one. It was the only one that stuck out. It was kind of like this. So I'm going to take the bottom one too as well. But here we have Faith, the Hierophant, King of Swords, Seven of Coins reversed, Knight of Coins, Eight of Swords reversed. Put this back in the center here. Look at that. That wanted to pop out too right here. I'm going to take it. And that'll be what's crowning you. Okay. Nine of Wands. Three of Cups reversed. Ten of Wands reversed. And the High Priestess. And this one really wanted to pop out like at the end there. It was crazy. Okay. So here's what's crowning you. And here's your second set. Let's work on the first. Or let's go back to the first, I should say. Okay, so right off the bat, you could maybe be dealing with a Pisces. You could maybe be dealing with an Aquarius. Also maybe a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries, possibly. A little mean one, possibly. Could be dealing with, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's all I really see in terms of the court cards and things of that nature and the major arcanas. Okay. So, Cap, let me get how you're coming to the reading. Just want things to be flat for you guys. Okay. So we're coming into the reading with the Empress reversed. Okay, so Cap, like, what are we creating? What's coming out of our endeavors? The Empress reverse, I mean, that just plainly says, I mean, having you to actually look at what the hell's going on, what's being created. Is it good? Is it bad? Using reverse, it's not very favorable. So that's what I'm getting right off the bat. And I usually don't run with the how you're coming into the reading right away like that, but I just felt like I needed to say that. Okay, so here, um, I'm seeing here that either you or someone else or the situation, people involved in the situation, whatever the case may be, for your situation or appertaining to your situation, that like the intention was good or the intention seemed to be good, I feel. So like, or I feel like it started off pretty well. Or like, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but kind of the thought or the opening creativity or the opening, you know, intentions, let's go with that, were good, I feel. But I don't know, something went sour, something went awry, something went left, I feel like, with here. And the reason why I say that is because the Knight of Wands here, upright, and then ending with the King of Wands in reverse. Or we can take this another way as well, Cap. We can say, were the beginning stages of something and how they were working or how this person's situation, whatever the case may be for you, began seeking or began working on something, were their intentions benign from the get? Was this maybe contrivance that maybe went sour? Because I feel like in the beginning, things, and usually I don't take it from like the beginning to the end like that, but I'm just looking at it like that. And I mean, two, right? Just dualisticness I'm kind of seeing here. Two, the High Priestess. Sorry, I don't want to cover the name. Right there, two at the bottom there. High Priestess. I feel, Cap, like the beginning was maybe okay. Whether it's from your end or their end, or maybe, like I said, it could have not been good, but it seemed as so. It seemed like it was really good from the beginning, okay? And then I feel like somewhere down the line, things went awry. With the moon in reverse here can, speak of, can entail. I'm sorry if you guys hear some background noise. Usually my readings are really quiet. I'm really adamant about it, but Southern California, it's hot down here this time around, so bear with me. But deception indicated. That's what most of the time the moon in reverse signifies. So it could have been that you caught something or you knew something, how it was going, and you saw like maybe a switch or you saw like a moment of clarity, or it was kind of like, oh, wait, what the hell? Like it was one of those moments, I feel. And then I feel like a battle then began. Like it was kind of like, I don't want to say getting back, but you realize that this person or the situation was not the best for you or their best intentions for you from the get. And I feel like you kind of got hurt around this, which I don't blame you. Or this can be happening to you, or you could be doing this to another person, General reading applied to your situation. But I feel like that's kind of what happened. And when you either brought this up to someone, if you did, or if not, it caused the other party, or maybe it caused you, if someone brought this up to you, if you were doing this, to kind of be a little bit like, oh, shoot, they found out. And then that's when the battle began. Like it was kind of like, oh, you want to come at me like that? Having like a guilty conscience. And because of that guilty conscience, then instead of you or the other person, or the other party, I should say, taking it like, okay, you know what, I'm sorry, yeah, like, my bad, like, being like an adult, like we all should do. I mean, we shouldn't do that from the beginning or from the get, because, I mean, we don't want to put ourselves in a situation. But regardless of that, I mean, yes, of that, but you know what I mean, like, sticking to the main point here, that they then kind of retaliated. And it was like, oh, you want to blame me? Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Like, kind of one of those things. And then I feel like that's when the battle of one began. And either you or the other party just walked away. And it was like, you know what? And with that sound, I'm done. And that's when things ended up becoming a problem, where now the person or you, whatever the situation may be, happened to then switch. It was like, oh shoot, okay, now I have to get back. Or now they caught me, now I'm going to have to do this now and retaliate and come harder and complete my plan. But I really do feel like it began, either you're under the impression, or it did, in fact, began good. Or it began benign a little bit. I mean, and the Two of Coins here, I mean, even though it can represent, since it is earth energy, but see the card there? Watch, see if I can get to focus, guys. I'm sorry. See, guys, I apologize. Oh, because I really want you to see what's inside the coin there. There's a sign of Capricorn in the coin that he's holding. Oh, there we go. See it right there? And then I want to say, is that Jupiter, I think, right there as well? I believe so. Yeah, Jupiter, see, that's like the number 4 with like a little curly at the top. And then Capricorn right there. So was that kind of like thinking that luck was on your side? Which I don't blame you, because it seemed like it was auspicious. It was positive. Hey, I thought the same thing. But then, like I said, it went sour. And in your mind, Capricorn, in your thoughts, like I said, you were either exhibiting this like, okay, now I have to just continue on with my plan of, I mean, debilitating the situation even further. That could have been it. Or they could have been, the second party could have been doing this to you. But I feel like with the Nine of Wands here, I feel like this is more of kind of staying grounded and trying to just see that you're almost there. Almost there in terms of moving out of this situation. Because I do feel, I mean, with the Three of Cups here in reverse, I mean, I'm pretty sure by now, a lot of watchers, a lot of you guys probably know that this is just not having cooperation with people, not enjoying people's company, which makes sense with the Empress in reverse here. The creation is bad. Things are not going as planned. So why would you enjoy the company of other people? Why would the situation pertain to celebratory or libational moments, And the Ten of Wands here in reverse is just laying your wands down and saying, I don't want to fight anymore. But look, Nine of Wands upright, Ten of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands was first, Ten of Wands was second. And the Three of Cups in reverse as well. But the Three of Cups being in the center of this. So almost there, we were almost there, not enjoying people's company or other people's plans or instances or situations that were being thrown onto this situation, and then just saying, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not really giving up. It kind of is giving up, but it's more giving in because you just don't want the damn drama. Like, it's like, this is stupid. And I feel like it was like we were almost there. We almost did it. And then the shade came and went, it came right in the center of it, and it caused you to just be like, screw it then, like, what's the point? I'm no longer interested. And that's why I think that this was being done to you, maybe, Cap, because You saw the intuition. Number 2, the dualistic view. Number 2, the coins here. And so happened, I just noticed it. I mean, I just got this deck not too long ago, but Capricorn being right inside of this coin right here. And then Jupiter being right there as well. And given that Jupiter is transiting everyone's chart right now, it was retrograded, stirred up a lot of, expansion. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people felt it. I know they felt it. So, given everything that I just said, are we continuing on with this? I'm not sure. Let's check the other spread, okay? Okay. So I do see hope within the situation, Cap. Like, you wanted it to maybe work out. Or there was, like I said, hopes in the beginning that things will work out. And they seemed like they were going to. But I feel like a lot of it was under the basis of deception. I don't feel like there was a lot of honesty involved in it, Capricorn. I really don't. And I hate to say that to you. But I mean, with the moon in reverse at the beginning and right after the 2 of coins. So even Jupiter has to do with expansion, luck, but it's also trusting in the divine. It's trusting in something bigger than you, that things are going to work out, given that, you're here in one coin and then the Jupiter's in one coin. You couldn't trust because deception was indicated. And the motives of people were found out, and that's when the King of Wands was in reverse, right? So going back to, you got that settled. There was hope in the situation. And I want to separate these because I kind of feel like has to do with each other like that. And even maybe we could even either go kind of like this too. Remember, these are what's crowning you. This is the base card, then clarifiers for the base. I feel like these are 2 different scenarios. Maybe this is the after effect of the first spread that we had. There was hope in the situation, Yeah, there was. I don't blame you. Trying to put your trust in someone. Hey, that includes faith. That includes learning about yourself and other person and actually wanting to trust and make sure that everything works out as it's supposed to. Put the Empress up here. And I feel how you came into the reading. Just want to keep everything consistent for you guys. Like I said, these are 2 separate situations here. Thinking about this, the whole situation and what happened, what transpired, caused you to have introspection, or to go into introspection and saying, what is adding up and what is not adding up? How am I supposed to look at this now? Am I tripping? Are they tripping? What's going on? Going into the moment of stillness with yourself, though. And really looking at things and seeing how the communication was going and how it was being applied, what was being understood. I feel like a lot of this section here, Capricorn, had to do with you looking at the situation going, It's like checking yourself almost. And saying, okay, am I getting this wrong? Which is a good technique, but that's not always the case. And it's good that you are looking at yourself and seeing what you are contributing or attributing to the situation, and make sure that your slate is, I don't want to say it's clean, like if you're trying to get away with something, but making sure that your communication and your motives and your disposition was benign and that it was understood. But then the bumps in the road came, right? having to conquer each one of these wands. Once you saw the first bump, it was like, okay, that was a little weird. Okay, okay, whatever. Okay, we don't forget that. Okay, that's fine. And then the next bump, then you're like, okay, wait, is this me? And then the next bump, right? And then it was like, okay, no, that was not me. Like, you were in the beginning stages of the first 4 bumps, checking yourself. And then the 5th one, 6th one came. By the time the 6th one even began to appear, or you saw it build up, you were like, oh no, something's going on. Like, and it wasn't you, right? Kind of like deception being indicated, knowing that, what's going on? And using your intuition a bit, and seeing that we can enjoy other people's company because things aren't operating the way that they're supposed to be. The root of it is not working, and therefore this is having doubt in people, but it's warranted doubt. Then saying we were almost there, and then realizing we were almost there when it came to a lie. And even the moon is in the back right there, you see, having to do with the deception. Then we move over to here. But the hope was still there possibly throughout the entire ordeal. Then we move over here. What would have happened, though, Capricorn, if you didn't catch this, or if this went through? If the beginning stages of creativity, or the beginning stages of how to do things, the beginning stages, the infrastructure of building something is faulty, like the Ace of Wands in reverse here. This is like the Ace of Swords in reverse, except swords have to do with communication. Ace of Swords in reverse means that there's secrets from the get, or information being withheld from the get. And nothing should really be withheld, because if it was really benign, and if it was really nothing too serious, why would it need to be withheld? Why did certain creativity need to be withheld? What were the motives behind this opening and or initial creative stages? Maybe under the illusion that things are okay, or was going to bring you happiness, or it was going to bring you more stability. But this would have been built off of a lie. It would have been built off of something of improper substance. And that's when I feel like you were like, I'm not going to go through with this. I'm giving it up. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done with it. And using your intuition. Because look, 2, the Empress, to the High Priestess, I apologize. And then 3, the Empress comes after. 2, and then 3. But in reverse. So you actually did yourself a favor by listening to yourself and listening to and being observant of this entire situation and saying, hell no. But seeing that things weren't being created properly. But you serviced yourself by catching. I feel like you caught this. I didn't feel like this maybe I went down. And if it did go down, and it actually happened and it, manifested, look at the signs of how things begin, how things start to manifest itself. How does it happen? We need to keep an eye, a close watch over these things. Now, if this was you put your trust in someone that you really did trust and someone just did you dirty, I can't blame you for that. I mean, hey, if you put your trust in one of your cousins or something, or your aunt, uncle, whatever the case may be, and they did you dirty, you can't really, you can't blame yourself for being involved in that, because it was like, you trusted this person implicitly, so therefore, but don't do it again. Don't do it next time, because then that means that, you have some issues, and if you repeat this mistake. But take it as a learning experience, sucks. It does. But still have hope, though, that some good can come out of this. And it possibly can. There's always latent consequences to everything, and why they're latent is because it's like latency. It's things that we see after, things that we didn't prepare for that came to the surface, but usually it's in a positive manner, but you can use, the word latency in a negative sense. But for all intents and purposes here, I want to use it in a positive sense. We can see the things that come that we necessarily we can see the things, the positivity that comes from destructive situations afterwards, and then that's when we can choose what we want to do with it and how we want to react to it. Are we going to use it to our benefit and make the situation as best as we can? And even though it involves picking up the pieces, but that's your choice. It's ultimately your choice. You can still build this situation into the 9 of Coins. Take what you can. You never lose. You either win or you learn. And even winning, when I say win, I don't mean it in like a vying situation where it's like, I want to win. It's more like winning, like what you prepared for and what you sought out worked, and you got the expected result from it. Accordingly. You can still turn some of the situation into the 9 of Coins. That's up to you. But don't repeat the same mistake if from the jump, things weren't right. And look at things and see where it went wrong. Not what happened, Capricorn. Yeah, what happened, of course. Look at that. But where did it go wrong? And I think that you were doing that in the beginning. Like you were trying to see, okay, am I tripping? Like I can see, I don't know, I just see that in my head. Like you were looking at that and saying like, okay, what am I doing wrong here? Maybe you were, Cap. I don't know. But I think that you were questioning yourself, which is good. Just trying to see if maybe, there are some mistakes on your end, or maybe if you're looking at things from a non-objective point of view. It's possible. And when that happens, that's always a good thing to do. And yeah, I would like to do that as well. I always do that too in any situation. Instead of pulling advice cards, let's just pull from the bottom of the deck. Page of Wands. The initial stages of something and how they're being applied. How are they initiated? Were they initiated the right way or the wrong way? But it's learning from the experience, though. Seeing where these things happen, where we can control them or not. Being in despair when these things don't work out accordingly or how we kind of want them to. But we learn from these situations, or we're supposed to. That's always the goal. Learning from these situations and why did it go wrong, so this doesn't happen again. And Tarot 5 represents conflict. Could be dealing with the Scorpio. But I see this as a transformation for you. Okay? I really do. Like things are going to change now. You've learned from the situation. Now this is a growth spurt. Because then what happens? Then we become the Queen of Wands. We have control over what we do and what we plan and how we go about our next venture. And how we do it and how we apply it to our life and how we make sure that it happens accordingly. But this is understanding and applying it and making sure that good comes into it and good is maintained within the creative environment. Because then communication is now understood in a different manner. Right? We're seeking newer ways of communicating. How are we going to apply this new communication to our lives? What's the best way of doing it? It's starting over where it went wrong versus what happened. This is where it went wrong as well. This is what happened. Okay, I mean, in a figurative sense, this is what happened, but this is where it went wrong. It's going about it again and saying, okay, how did I communicate this? What happened? Because then the will. Things moving in your favor. Luck being on your side. Just like luck in one of the coins. This is having everything because the universe supports your decisions. But the thing is, Capricorn, are you going to learn your lesson? That's the most important part. Are we going to learn our lesson? Because judgment in reverse, that's what it means to me. Because we've already judged the situation, but how can we not judge the situation when we already know what happened? Why are we revisiting it? Did we learn our lesson? Because then when we don't, Five of Wands happens. Upheaval, conflict, coercion, fighting, arguing, just drama. Horrible drama. And then nothing, this isn't conducive to a project or conducive to making anything happen, right? Anything appropriate. I think these are the most important cards here, Cap. Did we learn our lesson? Are we going to learn our lesson? Are we going to continue to use our intuition and actually see where it went wrong? Make sure you learn your lesson, because when you don't learn your lesson, or see, this happened for a reason. Learning our lesson, or when we don't learn our lesson, these are the two decisions that happen. Things work out in our favor because we're supposed to go down that path. We make all the right decisions that lead us to this point, or lead us, having this aid us upon our venture. But when we don't learn our lesson and we continue to make the same mistakes, Page of Swords, Page of Wands in the beginning here at the bottom. The beginning of the creativity and the beginning of open communication and understanding these two things. When we don't learn our lesson and we don't apply these two things, we then don't have this, and we end up with conflict and upheaval and arguing and buffoonery where things don't work out. There's no point. This is an impasse as well. Everyone's in their feelings and it goes to shit, basically. Okay, let's pull a Jesus card. Father God, please. Okay, just finish up. What does your word have to say, Father? What does your word have to say? Your love. Wow. If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Matthew 17:20. Now, what's being said here, Capricorn? If you have faith as a grain of mustard seed. Mustard seeds, if you don't know, are unaware, extremely small. The Lord is saying, if you have even the smallest amount of faith, you can move mountains. But you need to have faith that things are going to work out in the way that you want them to. But you also need to put your faith in proper communication and proper creativity and how to apply it and how it starts and begins. And also having faith by learning from what happened in the situations and not repeating the same mistakes. Because then it leads to this, to Five of Wands, conflict. And no type of resolution. Because yeah, everything's going to move, but it's going to move in a negative aspect, if we don't make the right decisions and we don't have the faith and put at least needing to put God first, your higher power, whatever you believe in. We need to trust that things are going to work out, but we have to put faith in Him and also faith in yourself and faith in your methods of doing things. Okay, Cap? All right, check out Matthew chapter 17. Bet there's going to be something in there for you. Okay, Cap? We'll see you in August or any other random video I put out. Stay good, Cap. You can do it. Focus so that you can have the luck, just like the Two of Coins. Okay? We'll see ya.